Okay, so.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why I did that. I bit my bottom lip and like leaned in.
Getting nervous. Okay,
I'm
you need
nervous.
a drink. Calm down.
Can I have some of yours?
Yeah.
Okay, so the number one thing that we hear most about dating these days is that it's so hard to date in 2020, probably because we're all quarantined.
We're not gonna be quarantined forever. And these babies gotta get back out there and get back on the train. I'm always like, you're young, you're beautiful, you're fun. There's like 8 million people in New York City.
Is it really 8 million? Or is
I
that
looked
the
it
same?
up.
You looked it up.
Statistic, 8 million. This is the truth. 8.5 million.
That's almost 9.
I know.
Just saying, it's a lot of people. And look, honestly, we get it. You know, we loved dating when we were single. Oh, it was the best.
It was the best.
It was just the best.
I had a blast.
Yeah, no, me too.
I mean, if I didn't find him, I'd still be out there having a good time.
Don't test her. She'd do it. You were so much fun to date.
Really?
Yeah, like I loved dating you.
I kind of want to know like what you thought when we were dating. Like, were you like, this chick is crazy?
100%. 100%. It's the same thing that I think now.
Right.
Which is why I love being married to you.
So we've been out of the game for like, what, 10 years now?
A little more.
Yeah, right?
Right? On April 4th.
We've been out of the game for a minute. Sometimes when we talk about dating with our single friends, we get a little pushback. And the overriding factor that they always talk about,
It's different because of the apps. That's the thing that we hear the most. And
it's a swipe. Whichever way, I don't know still. But
And that because of the apps, everything in dating has changed.
But even though the apps thing, yes, is true, dating is the same, right? It's just wrapped up in a different package.
100%. So today we're gonna talk about why those things are true, and then we're gonna give you 3 tips so that you can have a happy, healthy, and way more fun dating life in 2020. Do this move. Tip number 1.
Don't tell them that. Don't do that. Okay, being single is awesome. Hear me out. My favorite things about dating haven't changed at all. Getting dressed up, meeting someone new, getting to know them, seeing where the night goes. So many amazing experiences just putting myself out there and meeting people.
That's the best part to me, is that you always had opportunities to meet people because like you were always open to it, which was what was so exciting about it. It was always this feeling of like, today could be the day. It could happen at a Starbucks, it could happen on the train, it could happen walking down the street. It wasn't relegated to like one little thing. That is what leads me to my first thing about why dating in 2020 based on apps alone sucks. I'm gonna open with a disclaimer. I know that there are some great apps and that a lot of people have found love using apps and that there are ups and downs to them. What we're talking about today is that the culture that surrounds dating has kind of morphed into this thing that has taken so much of the fun out of dating.
People are almost exclusively using these dating apps, and there's so many complications that come along with it. They'll text you all day, but they never actually want to ask you out on a date.
Or you finally do get to the date and you realize that they were like smooth talking jazz in the text, but they suck in person. People are kitten fishing and catfishing. If you don't know what those words mean, right up here, we did a video about it. Go watch that, then come back here. There's a ton of crazy words out there.
It just seems like so much work to do this thing that you can easily do at a bar with your friends. Go get a tequila, go put your heels on, and start talking to some people, you know?
So therein lies the rub. Apparently, some people get super weird when you try to talk to them.
Like when you're at the bar?
Yeah, that's what said.
Really?
Yeah, he said somebody came up to him at a bar and that he was like, okay, weirdo.
Of course he said that.
Oh, thank you.
And he didn't want to talk.
And he didn't want to talk because he was like, what is wrong with you? Why are you being weird?
Finds me on the app, bro.
Why don't you find me on Tinder like everybody else, weirdo? They're just not used to putting themselves out there in person. People just kind of like are so used to being on the app that the idea of doing that in person is weird now.
That's like the best part. You can cut out all the other crap if you just go mix and mingle in person.
To be fair, I think that most people want to be open to it, but then when it's game time, they just sort of like clam up. I used to do that all the time. You'd be out.
You clammed up?
I clammed up. The amount of people that I wanted to talk to. You're in New York City. There's 8.5 million people in New York City. Did you know that?
I completely understand, but the quick answer to this video's title is it was always hard.
It really was.
If you really wanted to meet people, you just had to pull the trigger and make a move.
You may not find the love of your life every time. The truth is, you may just find yourself a good time and a good story, which leads me directly into tip number 1. You gotta be open to new experiences. Being open to new experiences is one of the most necessary parts of dating. Everything about dating kind of revolves around that. The craziest new experience that I ever had, one crazy night outside of a movie theater. So I was on tour with a show, newly single, and I was sitting outside of a movie theater reading a book. It's very late at night, and I hear voices. Turn around, there's a group of people, kind of rowdy looking, kind of like the cast of Hair. I'm reading my book. I see somebody standing in front of me and they say, "What book are you reading?" We start talking, we start flirting. They say, "Hey, you have a car?" I said, "Yeah." "Why don't you come with us? Just jump in your car and follow us." "Okay, weirdo." That's a risky situation, but I took it. My night ended up including going to a bar that was closed because somebody in the group worked there or had worked there, or maybe they didn't, maybe they just lied and we broke in somewhere. I really hope that's not the case. They had pool and darts, alcohol, and we hung out there all night. We went to somebody's house and played apples to apples and a bunch of other things. And then we all as a group like watched the sunrise and it was beautiful. Then I ended up driving a couple of hours out to Wakeboard Park and waking up in the bed of my truck. You know, that is a memory that I will always have because I was open to new experiences. That was an awesome night. It was one of the most memorable nights of my life. I love that because I wouldn't have had that had I not been open to new experiences. Like, that's the only reason that I got to do that. And inherently, a dating app keeps you from that or tries to weed out as much of that as possible. Just because if you fill out a profile with the person that you already are, you're taking away so much of what you can discover about yourself. It's food for thought. Gotta be open to new experiences, whether on a dating app or not.
Wow. I never ran away with a band of beautiful sun-kissed supermodel surf bums or whatever it was.
Okay, tip number 2.
So tip 2, don't waste your time with a fixer. I don't like to waste time. You cannot fix anybody, and nobody can fix you. You cannot be responsible for changing somebody, for fixing somebody. You can't love them out of their problems. If you end up with a fixer, you're gonna end up spending most of your time and energy helping them and fixing their problems instead of what you deserve, truly, which is growing together and nurturing each other and having someone truly love you. I also am not saying that nobody has baggage, right? Or don't date somebody with baggage, because everyone has baggage. That's a crazy thing to say. It's how we deal with our baggage and being open to growing together with our baggage or throwing your baggage at somebody. If somebody throws their baggage at you, you got a problem. You got to run the other way. We talked about that in our first video, Colt and I. We talked about we help each other grow. It's knowing when to push each other's boundaries to push for that growth together. So it is a matter of the idea that I could fix somebody. I can help them. I can save them. Nobody can save anybody except themselves. We are responsible to save ourselves. Which leads me to tip 3. You gotta share who you really are.
Okay, so share who and how you really are is a really weird phrase, but it's also super true.
Yeah, there are things that apps and profiles and matches, they just can't get right about you.
And that missing thing from apps is the how you eat, how you laugh, how you interact with people, how you order food, how you talk to people you don't know.
You can literally see with your own eyeballs how much swag somebody has, you know? Like, those are the things that make you special and different and stand out. And you can't see that from looking at this phone here. But you can't really see them yourself.
And you can't see them because it's not how you see yourself, which is what you fill out a profile with. It's how other people see you. The things about me that somebody else in my past has hated are things that Ange loves. And the things that I love about her, I didn't necessarily like in somebody else, because it's how she does them that I find so attractive. It's how they fall in line with all of the millions of other things that are so incredible. It's all of those things, and those aren't up to us to decide, but you can't do that on an app.
Most people I dated didn't like how clumsy I was. But this guy over here, he loves it.
Clumsy, but just, how is a dancer, a professional dancer since she was like 15? Like, how do you run into so many things?
I'm always preoccupied, you know, I'm talking, and I'm like, whoop,
That's-
there's the wall. And the only way to share that how of you, the essence of you, is to just get out there and meet people.
See, bringing it around full circle.
Every interaction you have with every person you meet is going to be a reflection of you.
Those are the things that are going to teach you so much more about yourself, which is the point of dating. It's discovering the who you are and the how you are, things you really do want and the things you really don't want, and the how of other people that you do and don't want. But those things aren't things you can do through an app. You have to do those things in person. So yeah, just tip number 3, share who you really are and how. Okay, so if you're having trouble meeting people, we're gonna give you a little dose of tough love right now.
We want you to put your big We want you to put your big kid pants on, use your charm, and get out there. Does it look 3D maybe?
You have to get over the fact that you may end up with egg on your face. It is scary. It's always there with the dating apps, without the dating apps, but I promise you, it is worth the wait when you meet anybody that is supposed to be on your path.
Because meeting people and putting yourself out there,
In person.
yes, is definitely a part of love. Go get 'em. Go get 'em.